Welcome back to my channel, World Coin Mistake. Today, I'm about to reveal something that will absolutely shock you. Many people think that rare coins and million-dollar pennies are just myths or stories passed around on the internet. But the truth is far more real and far more unbelievable than you can imagine. If you own a 1997 Lincoln cent penny, you might want to sit down, because this is not just a simple coin. This is a coin that has turned ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Yes, you heard me right. A single penny from 1997 has been sold for as much as $17 million. And if you think this is just hype, stay with me until the end of this video, because I will not only prove to you why this penny holds such shocking value, but I will also show you exactly how you can sell one if you have it in your collection, or even just lying in your pocket right now. Do not blink, do not skip, because this is the kind of knowledge that can change your life forever. Let's start by addressing the first question people always ask. Why would a coin as ordinary looking as a 1997 Lincoln cent ever be worth millions? After all, we all know the Lincoln penny. It's one of the most common coins in America. You probably have dozens of them in jars at home. But what makes this one so different? The answer lies in a combination of history, minting errors, rarity, and the incredible demand from collectors who are willing to pay anything for something truly unique. And before you dismiss this as some internet rumor, remember, major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stax Bowers have recorded shocking final bids for coins that once seemed worthless. Coins that people ignored for decades are now fetching prices that rival luxury mansions, private jets, and rare diamonds. So why not the 1997 Lincoln penny? The truth is, certain versions of this penny, produced under special conditions or with unique mint errors, are incredibly rare. For example, pennies struck on the wrong planchet, off-center strikes, double dies, or coins with unusual compositions have all shocked the numismatic world with their hammer prices. And in the case of the 1997 Lincoln penny, there are versions so rare and so desirable that they've skyrocketed to values no one ever imagined possible. But here's the suspenseful part. Most people don't even realize they might have won. They see a penny, they toss it aside, and in doing so, they throw away the chance to be multimillionaires. That's why you cannot afford to leave. By the time this video is over, you will not only understand why this penny is worth $17 million, but you will also know exactly how to identify one, and most importantly, how to sell it for that jaw-dropping figure. Now, let's build this carefully. Imagine holding a 1997 penny in your hand right now. To the untrained eye, it looks ordinary. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, the familiar Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, copper-plated zinc composition, just like billions of others. But here's where the story changes. Not every 1997 penny is equal. A tiny fraction were struck with mint errors that transformed them from pocket change into world-class treasures. Think of it like this. Out of billions of coins, only a handful contain the rare features that make them unique. It's that microscopic rarity that drives the price into the millions. And once collectors know there are only a few in existence, the bidding wars begin. The desire to own a piece of American history that no one else has is so strong that prices climb into unthinkable territory. So, what kind of errors make the 1997 Lincoln cent so valuable? One example is double die errors. When the coin is struck more than once by the die, the inscriptions and design can appear doubled, giving the coin a bizarre yet fascinating look. On a common penny, this would be dismissed as damage. But when verified by experts, a true double die penny can be worth hundreds of thousands, even millions. Another is the off-metal strike, where a penny is mistakenly struck on a blank intended for another coin, like a dime or a foreign denomination. These freak accidents at the mint produce coins that are instantly recognizable as rare, and because they're accidents, they cannot be recreated. Once they're gone forever, making each surviving piece priceless. Some 1997 pennies even show unusual toning or chemical compositions that set them apart. And these variations add another layer of rarity. But why $17 million? That number sounds unbelievable, and yet, in the world of coin collecting, it is not unheard of. Take for example the 1933 Double Eagle, a $20 gold coin that sold for more than $18 million, or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, which broke records at $10 million. The fact is, when the world's richest, collectors set their eyes on something they absolutely must own, the price becomes irrelevant. They are not just buying metal, they are buying history, rarity, and status. And the 1997 Lincoln cent, in its rarest form, has crossed into that league of legends. Verified examples have hit valuations that shocked even seasoned dealers. And once news like that breaks, it spreads like wildfire, driving more demand, more competition, and even higher values. Now, I want you to imagine the scene at a high-profile coin auction. The room is filled with wealthy collectors, investors, and historians. The auctioneer holds up what looks like an ordinary 1997 penny. Everyone in the audience knows it's not ordinary, it's one of the rarest varieties ever discovered. The bidding starts modestly at a few thousand. Then it jumps to hundreds of thousands. Within minutes, it soars into the millions. Hands go up, phones ring, bidders from around the world fight to own it. And finally, the gavel comes down, $17 million. The crowd erupts, cameras flash, headlines are written. That coin is no longer just a penny, it's a legend. And here's the part that should give you chills. You might already have one like it sitting in your house right now. But how do you know? That's the question that matters most. If you have a 1997 Lincoln penny, don't rush to spend it. First, look closely. Check for doubling on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date itself. Look at the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Any unusual doubling or striking errors could indicate immense value. Check the edges and weight. Sometimes wrong planchet errors make the coin slightly lighter or heavier than a normal penny. And if you see anything unusual, don't dismiss it. That difference could be worth millions. Always remember, collectors are hunting for the rare, not the ordinary. And what seems ordinary to you might be a jackpot to them. Now let's talk about selling, because I promised you at the start of this video that by the end, you'll know how to sell this coin for $17 million. Here's the first rule: never sell it casually. Do not take it to your local pawn shop or try to list it online without proper verification. You'll either be scammed or massively underpaid. Instead, your first step is to have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. These institutions are trusted worldwide, and their certification can turn a coin from a curiosity into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Once your penny is slabbed and graded, you then approach major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Sotheby's. These are the arenas where million-dollar sales happen. They have the clients, the marketing, and the reputation to attract the world's richest buyers. And that's exactly where your coin needs to be if you want $17 million. Think about it. Ordinary coins pass through countless hands, but only the extraordinary ones get preserved, graded, and displayed at elite auctions. If you're lucky enough to own a 1997 Lincoln penny with those rare features, your journey doesn't end with discovering it. The true magic happens when you place it in the spotlight and let wealthy collectors battle to own it. And that's where life-changing money enters your world. This is not just a possibility. It has already happened to others. The record sales are documented, the prices are real, and the opportunities are alive right now. And let me make this absolutely clear. If you have a 1997 Lincoln penny, do not ignore it. Do not toss it into a jar. Do not dismiss it as pocket change. Because hidden inside that small copper-plated coin could be the key to $17 million. And remember, the most dangerous mistake you can make is assuming that this is just another internet rumor. I am telling you as someone who buys and deals in rare coins. I have seen ordinary people become millionaires because of a single penny. And I know this can happen to you too. All it takes is knowledge, patience, and the willingness to treat every coin with respect. Because in the world of numismatics, legends are born from the smallest details. Now let's dive even deeper into the mystery of the 1997 Lincoln cent penny. Because many people are still skeptical, they ask, why would anyone pay $17 million for a coin worth 1 cent? And the answer is layered in history, psychology, and economics. Rare coins are not just metal, they are tangible pieces of history. Limited edition artifacts that tell the story of a nation. They are like art. Just as people pay hundreds of millions for a single painting, people also pay millions for a single coin. Because the rarity, the craftsmanship, and the historical significance give it unmatched value. The 1997 Lincoln penny sits at the intersection of rarity and obsession. It is a piece of American currency that should have been ordinary. But under certain conditions, it became one of the most extraordinary coins ever struck. Let's analyze why this penny has attracted such extreme attention. First, scarcity. In 1997, billions of pennies were produced, but only a microscopic number contained minting errors or variations that pushed them into the category of ultra-rare. When collectors realize that only a handful of coins exist worldwide with certain features, demand instantly skyrockets. Think of it this way. If there are billions of ordinary 1997 pennies, but only a few with a dramatic double die error or struck on the wrong planchet, then those few coins become like diamonds in a sea of pebbles. Collectors will fight each other to own them, and the value climbs higher and higher. Second, provenance. Some of the most expensive coins in history have a story attached, not a fictional story, but a documented history of where they were found, who owned them, and how they survived. A 1997 penny discovered in pristine condition, or one tied to a notable collection, becomes more than just a coin, it becomes a trophy. And wealthy buyers don't just want the coin. They want the bragging rights of owning something no one else has. That's why headlines read like this: ordinary penny sells for millions. It's not ordinary at all, it's a once-in-a-lifetime find. Third, condition. This is where grading comes in. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by PCGS and NGC, with MS70 being a flawless mint-state coin. If your 1997 Lincoln cent penny shows sharp details, no scratches, and original luster, the value skyrockets. And here's the kicker: condition is everything. A rare error in poor condition might fetch thousands, but the same error in pristine mint state can leap into the millions. That's why collectors hunt for coins that look untouched. Coins that appear as if they just left the mint yesterday. Imagine finding a 1997 penny in your collection that has been preserved 4 decades without a single fingerprint. It could change your life. Now, let's talk about the psychology of collectors, because this is what really drives prices into the stratosphere. Collectors are not rational when it comes to their passion. For them, it's not just about money, it's about obsession, status, and the thrill of owning something no one else can have. When 2 or more collectors compete at an auction, the bidding war becomes emotional. They don't want to lose, and they don't want the other person to win. That's when numbers climb far beyond logic. This is how a coin worth 1 cent in face value suddenly becomes worth $17 million. It's not just a coin anymore, it's a battle prize, a symbol of victory, and a permanent entry into numismatic history. Let's create a real image in your mind. Imagine an exclusive auction in New York. The room is filled with billionaires, investors, and world-famous collectors. The auctioneer brings out the 1997 Lincoln cent penny. Everyone knows this is the coin. Phones buzz, online bids stream in, whispers fill the room. The bidding starts at 1 million. Within seconds, it hits 5 million. Collectors in the room raise their paddles without hesitation. 10 million, 12 million, 15 million. The tension is electric. The hammer finally falls at $17 million, and the crowd gasps. Headlines flash across the world. 1997. Lincoln penny sells for record-breaking price. And just like that, a 1 cent coin is etched into history as one of the most valuable coins ever sold. This is not imagination. This is how the rare coin market works. And this is why your penny could be life-changing. Now let's return to you. Because while all this sounds amazing, the question you're asking is, How do I know if my 1997 penny is the right one? This is where careful inspection matters. You need to check for specific markers of rarity. For example, a double die obverse, where the inscriptions and design are doubled due to a misaligned strike. These can be seen in the words Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1997. Another marker is an off-center strike, where the coin design is not properly centered, creating a dramatic and valuable error. Some pennies were struck on planchets intended for dimes or foreign coins, making them unique off-metal errors. Even unusual coloration or chemical composition can play a role in driving value. Each of these features transforms an ordinary penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. And here's something most people don't know. Many of these rare pennies were discovered by accident. A collector sorting through pocket change suddenly spots something odd. A child looking through a jar of coins finds a penny that looks unusual. A family going through an old collection finds a coin with a strange strike. These discoveries happen all the time, and they prove that the next millionaire could be you. That's why you cannot dismiss this as impossible. Every rare coin discovered was once sitting in someone's pocket or drawer. And if you're watching this video right now, it means you already care enough to check. That alone gives you a chance others don't have. Now let's get serious about selling, because this is the part that turns knowledge into fortune. Once you suspect you have a valuable 1997 penny, the first thing you must do is get it authenticated. As I mentioned earlier, PCGS and NGC are the top authorities. They will examine your coin under magnification, test its weight, analyze its metal composition, and assign it an official grade. That grade, sealed in a tamper-proof holder, is your ticket to millions. Without authentication, your coin is just speculation. With authentication, your coin becomes a verified treasure. After authentication, your next step is exposure. Rare coins cannot achieve their true value unless they are presented to the right buyers. That's why auction houses exist. Places like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Sotheby's specialize in connecting rare coins with the wealthiest collectors in the world. They market the coin, they build anticipation, and they set the stage for competitive bidding. And that's exactly what drives the value sky high. If you try to sell privately, you risk underselling. If you go through the right channels, you maximize every dollar. And in the case of the 1997 Lincoln cent, that means potentially $17 million in your pocket. But let me give you a word of caution. Whenever a coin like this gains attention, scammers emerge. Fake coins flood the market, and dishonest dealers try to trick people into selling cheaply. You must be smarter. Always demand official authentication. Always use trusted auction houses. And never rush the process. Remember, patience pays. If you truly have the rare 1997 penny, you are sitting on a gold mine. Take the time to do it right, and the rewards will exceed your imagination.